One aspect of ADHD and executive dysfunction that is often really misunderstood is this concept of anxiety. So, what usually presents itself as external anxiety is really at its core a piece of the executive dysfunction. We have to remember that executive dysfunction is not just time management and organization and able to get things done. Executive functioning is the ability to understand the passage of time and learn from past experiences with our hindsight, nonverbal working memory, and our foresight, nonverbal working memory to better be able to predict the future and predict what's coming. So when you are time blind, you're basically living every single day like it's Groundhog Day. You're not learning from past experiences. You're not forecasting into the future. You're stuck in the present moment, which often leads kids to an instant gratification-based brain and lifestyle where they're spending most of their days on screens in the virtual world. So they're not having the varied experiences needed to gain resilience. Also, what comes with ADHD is a lack of conditional cause and effect thinking. So understanding why something happens, the foundations of it, and the cause and effect of actions and behaviors. So when you have executive dysfunction, time blindness, a lack of nonverbal working memory, and cause and effect thinking, of course, it's going to lead to anxiety towards non-preferred tasks. Because at its core, ADHD is a disorder of self-motivation towards non-preferred and non-stimulating tasks. So this anxiety is typically one of the external behaviors that presents itself. And parents get so focused on the anxiety instead of the executive dysfunction. And what we know is if we strengthen executive functioning, the anxiety will decrease. This is not in all cases, but with most. So what makes this even more difficult for parents is they have to differentiate between an avoidance behavior and true anxiety and true fear towards something. So what parents want to do is, number one, always validate your child's feelings. I understand this homework is hard. I understand having to go to this new task or activity or sport or club is scary and it's hard, and your body's telling you really don't want to go and you really don't want to do it. You validate your child's feelings, but the number one thing you have to remember is not to step in and rescue them. Don't provide them an out from not having that experience. We want them to have that exposure to going through it, because 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, after a child does something, they're happy they did it, even if at first they don't want to do it. So validate and then be proactive in your response.